Hotline. Welcome to the Herald Washington Post 1987 Hotline TV show. Folks, I'm going to turn it over to the hardest working commander in showbiz. Bill Bear, there you go.
My man. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing today? A week before, thanks for giving me some food to eat. Thanksgiving.
You need some food to eat, huh?
Yeah, and like always, I want to thank each and everyone that's watching us, whether it's on cable or YouTube. I want to thank you very much. And we have a special guest today with us, a friend of mine that I've been knowing for years, from Jessie Brown, and she is a blessing in disguise. Let me put it this way. I'm not going to say everything. I'm going to let her stick her heart out there and let her tell you everything. This is Gloria. Gloria, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Gloria Hernandez. They call me Miss Gloria. And I'm an advanced mental health assistant at the Jessie Brown VA Medical Center. I've been there for 10 years this time around. I met Frank about 10 years ago, and
That's been short.
it's been it seems like, it seems like just the other day, but you know what? Time flies when you're having fun.
It sure does.
And I have a lot of fun at Jessie Brown.
Yes.
You know, Frank is an awesome guy. I call him Rank. When he has all his medals on and everything, I call him Rank. Take the F off. Anyway, what I do there, right now I'm working in the addictions treatment program, and it has really been a blessing for me. The guys up there, we're just like family up there, you know. When they come to me, they sometimes even come to me with their personal problems, personal issues, and they trust me. They trust me because I
Very
give them
much.
good advice. You know, I'm very spiritual. I love the Lord, and, you know, I give them godly advice, you know.
Yes, she does. For many years, you know, been up there at Jessie Brown and stuff like that, ATP, which is Alcohol Treatment Program. And we have seen a lot coming in and leaving out. And the idea, you know, people don't think her job is important, but her job is very important because, see, it's just not because, you know, you sit up there behind the counter and stuff like that, take phone calls, but see, the information that she give out to the veterans, male and female, is crucial. This is the stuff that we need to comfort us because, you know, coming through there and stuff like that, sometimes, excuse the expression, sometimes it's hell. Because people have problems. I'm not just talking about PTSD, but a lot of other things. And see, it's up to her, you know, to calm them down and stuff. And with her spiritual background, she'll tell you first, let's pray on it.
Amen.
And then, too, she'll throw her little music on you. but met Gloria a long time ago, and she has a good heart. She's there for a good reason. And she go out of her way for the veterans and everything to make sure that they are right. If you're having a problem or something like that, you know, especially rescheduling your stuff like that, she'll tell you, wait a minute. You know, first thing she'll do, she'll calm you down. I got you.
Yeah.
And before you leave out, she got you.
That's what I'm there for. I'm there to serve the veterans who served our country. You know, a lot of them went through, like you said, they went through hell, you know. And I have to put myself in their shoes. I have to put myself in their shoes and see where they're at. If I was on that other side of the counter, you know, how would I want to be treated? So I have to treat, I'm going to start crying.
Don't do that now.
No, but, you know, I have to treat them how the way I want to be treated. Plus, I serve a mighty God, and I have to be a delight in His eyes, first and foremost. You know, I had to love people. I had to love, you know, my job. The Lord put me in that job. I'm able to talk about Jesus to the veterans and let them know that you know, He loves them.
Yes.
I love them. You know, a lot of them come in homeless and, you know, just going through different battles, different addictions, and there's a God that can help them, and God will use people to help them too.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
that's why I have to, and I make it comfortable for them. When they come in, good morning, Mr. Jones. Good morning, Mr. Lloyd. Good morning, Mr. You're like, how do you remember everybody's name? I said, that's God.
Yeah, you know,
That's
well, I've been
God.
knowing her for many years, though, but when she came back over to us in ATP, you know, well, like I said, been knowing her for years, I was glad to see her because, see, at times, you know, for different positions, they move you all over the building and stuff. I've been knowing her from the Taylor side to the Ogden side, now to the Damon side. Then if people don't really know what that is, different parts of the Jesse Brown Hospital and stuff. But we've been in close contact with each other for many years and stuff like that. And we talked about many things, many issues that came up, especially about the veterans that she be talking about. And it's male and female, they come to her
Yes.
because, see, the heart that she has is not gold, it's platinum. You know, and the word of wisdom, all you gotta do, open up that Bible, and she'll tell you something out of it. But see, this is what a person need to calm down sometimes. Because she be seeing them sometimes, and sometimes, you know, her heart is full of gold or whatever. But see, you know, sometimes, you know, it gets to her. Because see, the idea, she know from, like she said, from the other side, she know how they feel and stuff like that. So, out to forget the forgiveness of her heart, herself, and the belief that she have, that she shares with you. And see, this is another thing why we have her on the show, to let everybody out there know someone care for you.
Yes.
And also, folks, what you have to understand about Jesse Brown and even Hines, you have folks who work for these two institutions who are not just there for a paycheck.
That's right.
Right.
And sometimes that's part of the problem, because folks feel like, well, you know what? Your issues are not my issues. I'm here to get paid.
Yes.
And that's fine. But sometimes these veterans, our veterans, are going through a lot of turmoil. And folks, as we told you before, and many a times, war is hell.
Oh, yes, it is.
War is hell. And to see folks shot in front of you,
Killed,
killed, blown up,
disabled, yes.
that mess with your psyche. And to be in a Hummer driving along the road and you hit a mine and it blows up the Hummer and half of your team get wiped out, it mess you up. It started folks to drinking, doing drugs. So when they get back to America, they all messed up. And they have to be able to go to a place where someone like Gloria is in the environment.
Where they could find comfort
Yes.
and love and understanding.
Yes,
That's hard to do.
it is.
That's very hard to do, you
And
know.
Gloria, as a vet, I thank you.
And I double
Thank you,
thank you.
Charles.
I thank
you.
I double, you
For
know
our
I do.
vets.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you do.
Because we have so many veterans messed up. And like I say to our veterans, a lot of you guys got some serious issues. And some of you, your issues are so serious that all the money in China won't eradicate the issues you got. It just makes life a little bit more comfortable for you. And I'd be the first one to tell anybody, you can have all that money. Give me my faculties.
Yes.
Give me.
Because money is not everything.
That's right. It's not.
And like me and Gloria was just sitting up here talking a little bit earlier before the show about, you know, it's not a joke. It was a conversation that we had on early about, you know, by being at Jesse Brown and stuff, knowing different patients and stuff like that, how many lives have you actually saved?
Yes.
She saved a couple, and I have saved a couple also. And we talking about from suicide.
Yes.
Yes.
Suicide is
Number one killer of veterans.
for real.
I just got a GEM award, believe last 2 months ago, a GEM award for just being caring person with somebody on the telephone, and the call wasn't even, well, I could say it wasn't supposed to come to me, but God wanted it to come to me because He knows that I'm compassionate about those kind of things, and I saved a person's life again, and I thank God that He gave me the wisdom for the words to say to this person, and get the police out there to do a check on the person, and I got a GEM award for that from Dr. Kochke that I've never even worked with, and I was taken back by it because I don't really want an award for that because my awards are gonna come from the Lord,
Yes.
But it was a good feeling. It was a good feeling.
And what's
I
that
appreciate
saying
that.
that He put a person in your life? How'd that go? He put a person in your life for Him. But anyway, His work is continuous, whether it's through some other person or whatever. But see, He put a person in that position for a reason. And just like she said, He uses us.
Yes, He does.
He uses us because, see, I remember times about the ones I had saved. And my wife would tell you, one day I was sitting up there watching a football game. Came home tired, didn't want to be bothered. Put on my pajamas and everything, and then get a call from a patient. And I'm sitting up there. I really didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to be disturbed. I just wanted to watch this football game. So my wife told me, she said, look, I think you better answer this phone because I heard this man's voice and I don't like how he sounds. Okay, I answered the phone. And then it shook me up. Kind of terrible because to hear a person's voice, actually hearing a person's voice that's actually crying for help. And I had to catch my breath and everything. I had my wife listening also. And he was asking me, will I come to his house and take him to the hospital? I told him to dial 911. He said he already tried that, and they came and they left and stuff like that. So if I don't get over there at such and such time, he gonna commit suicide. So my wife told me going over there. I went over there. He don't stay in Chicago, but he stayed in the southwest suburbs. By the time I got over there, wasn't no answer. So I looked in his window, and I saw him stretched out on the floor, in the middle of the floor, pills and stuff all over his table, and the fifth of Jack Daniel, half gone, sitting on the table. I'm knocking on the door. Anyway, I had to call 911 for the police to come, and they called the ambulance. By the time we were getting ready to rush up in there, so happened, that's why he said God works in mysterious ways. So happened, his roommate was just walking up asking us what we were ready to do. Police asked him, who are you? He identified himself, said, well, let us in now before we kick the door down. Mm-hmm. So we rushed in there. So they revived him, and he asked, are you all going to take him to the hospital? They said they were going to take him to the nearest hospital again. I said, no, put him in my car and let me rush him down to Jesse Brown. And so happened, when I got him down there, had assistants to put him, take him to the emergency room. And to come out, they told me I had to wait a minute. I said, well, I did my job. He said, no, please wait, sir. I waited for about 10 minutes. They came back out and asked me questions concerning him. So I told them what I knew. And so then they told me, said, we want to thank you. I said, for what? Because if it wasn't for you, if he would have been here an hour later or anyway, he would have been dead. So you got him here right on time. But
So
just like Gloria said,
pumped
you
his
know,
stomach.
yes. But see, just like Gloria said, you know, we get this, you know, it's unexpectedly, but see, it's the idea, it's what we do and how we do it, because see, we are professional. You know, and it's just the idea, she's a veteran within her own self. Because see, she know our motto, never leave another veteran behind, and she won't do it.
I won't. If a veteran comes late for his group, I'm like, hold on. Let me, come with me. Is it okay, Frank, if you, let him in.
Yeah, because this is what we need and everything. And you know, even for people late for their appointments and stuff like that, it's gonna happen. You know, cause everything is not. This is not a perfect world.
That's right.
If it was, I don't think we would be in the position that we are in now, and a lot of us wouldn't have no jobs.
Right.
But it's just the idea what we do as a human to help another human. Now that's taking credit for being someone. And then that makes you special within yourself, because see, we don't get no awards. Like she said, our awards come from the highest. This is why we put in this position. That's why, you know, at times, like she be asking me a few times about, you know, about jobs and stuff, who doing this, who doing that. Well, see, we give her information, she give us information. We both have strike force to think.
Yes.
Because see, well, we don't get down there, somebody know up in there. Somebody know up in
If
there.
I don't know the answer, I'm gonna look for the answer, and I'm gonna give them the answer. I don't let them walk away from my desk unless they're satisfied.
And that's
Because I
true.
have to remember, I could be on the other side of the desk.
Now you want to talk about the specialty Wednesday?
Oh, so, you know, this guy, he makes a tremendous ham. When I met him back in 2009.
Now she telling my age.
In 2009, I tasted the ham that he bakes, and it was better than the honey ham, the famous honey ham or whatever. So what the Lord put in my heart this year is to feed some of the guys who come up for the group the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which will be, I believe, 27. So I'm gonna make some side dishes. He's gonna make the ham, and whoever comes to his group that day, y'all are gonna have some food.
Yes, and this is
We're gonna
our
give
way.
thanks.
This is our way of giving back. Now we give back in our personal ways, though. But see, this is something special. You know, because see, the idea, some of them may go home that day or may not have a home. But see, at least they will leave there full. And see, this is something, you know, is not done. Why wait till Thanksgiving when we give Thanksgiving to you day before? Mm-hmm. Thank you for serving, and thank you for giving us the opportunity that we have for you. Thanksgiving wouldn't be Thanksgiving if you wasn't giving. And, you know, she brought it to my attention, you know, about the situation. Oh, that's a good idea. You know, because she asked me, you know, are you still fixing no hams?
Yep. I'm like, I want some ham this year, Frank.
And I had to tell her, yes, you know, oh, well, we could do this. We could do what? We could do, okay, yeah, I go along with that. But see, it's just the idea. This is from my heart, though. We could do this for the veterans in the group.
Yeah.
And something like that, you have to give in. You have to give in because it's compassion. Where would love be if it wasn't for compassion? Wasn't for a person like her, Gloria.
You know, the world be in a bad shape. You gotta have compassion for people.
I have compassion for my partner over here.
2 thumbs up.
I love that dude.
Likewise, Commander.
What we work is more like family up there. Everybody knows each other, and they've been going there for, you know, X amount of years or whatever. And then we just had the annual cook-in, which I didn't know anything about, and I know they have a talent show. And one of the nurse up there, she's like, let's do something for the talent show. And I'm like, okay, you know, I'm all in for it. But the Lord told me something different. He said, no, I want you to do something by yourself. And
And
I
she
just got,
For the first time in all these, I ain't gonna blow that. For the first time in all these years.
yeah, I just started praise dancing and worshiping with flags, and I prayed on it, and I asked the Lord to give me the song and all of that, and it just turned out so beautiful. Everybody for a couple of days they were like, "Man, that was so beautiful. That you were like an angel out there." And I said, "No, that was the glory of the Lord. Give God the glory for
But
it."
see, something like that, we all needed that. Because see, like the dance, the praise dance that she had done, the music that was played, and her audience needed that. Something, like she said, something entirely different. I mean, we had people get up there, you know, we had karaoke and all of this stuff like that. But see, you know, we also have people get up there singing, you know. They can't hear the tune though, but I mean, they just, it's just something.
in fun.
It's just in
Yeah.
fun and stuff, you know, because if you could turn the volume down,
You wrong. You wrong for that.
What you
No.
think? Don't quit your day job.
I ain't never seen nobody sing and chew crackers at the same
But
time.
it's all for fun. It's all for
Yes,
fun
it
and everybody
is.
having a good time.
I see that's
You know?
a good thing of it.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, when she did her little act and everything, everybody just stopped and looked and took a breath.
And the song that was played was "You're Gonna Be Okay," and the veterans that were there, I know it was touching their heart. People were shedding tears and
Yeah,
just
because
listening to the words of the song because
there's
they're gonna be
something
okay
entirely different.
if they stay in the program and if they stay, keep on coming. They're gonna be okay.
And that was her message to them, you know, stay in the program. Stick with it. Just like we say in there, hey, keep coming back. It's gonna work out. Nothing happens overnight. You got to realize that. It takes time and patience. And this is what she was saying. You know, as we always say, let go and let God.
Yes.
Let him do his job.
Yes.
And also, you have to understand, it took a war to put you in the condition that you're in.
Oh, yes.
And because it took a war to put you in that situation, you are now in a very complex
World.
situation. And the last time I checked, it ain't but one somebody that have the power to turn your life around. And that's God.
Nothing is too big for him.
Just
No.
give him a chance.
No
That's
problem
all.
is too big for God.
That's right. Just you know, again, have patience. Things will not work overnight.
No.
Just like, yes, a lot of us, you know, especially with addiction, pray, you know, why this, why that, why not? And some people look at me, what's wrong with him? You know, it's just the idea. It's always someone is worse off than you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You know, you think you got it bad. All you got to do, look around. Because see, the idea, a lot of people have it worse than you. And that's when
Mind
they
you,
make it.
we have situations going on in our own personal life, but you know what? We trust God to take care of us, and we trust God to take care of you.
Yes. And you know, as we said, now you're worried about, oh, a half an hour, that's too long.
I want to stay out now.
But like I said, you know, when, as we always say, you know, when it's real good, when we have a good show, you know, we forget about time.
Well,
Yeah.
folks, when you're having fun, time fly. And I know we won't be here next week. Well, we'll
Yes,
be
we
here
will. Yes,
next
we
Monday.
will.
Well, folks, we want you to
Don't
have
do
a
us
great.
like that.
We want you to have
like
a
that.
great Thanksgiving.
We'll say that next week. He
And
rushing
shout out to
everything.
Sylvia, a great engineer.
Yeah.
Thank
And,
you.
I want to thank God for this
The next week.
opportunity also. Shout out to my family.
Hey, daughter.
Hi, everybody.